very warm welcome to Passions, and in this episode we're going to get a little bit spooky. To this episode of Passions, and today I'm with Andrew Patrick, and Andrew Patrick is founder and managing director of Movie Escape in Stockport. So very warm welcome to Passions, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Phil. Very warm welcome to you to Movie Escape.
Thank you. So you're a great example of somebody that's actually made or monetised their passion. So tell me what your passion is, and tell me the story of how you monetised it through Movie Escape.
Well, my passion, I have two passions. My business has been film all my life, and I've been in film for longer than I care to remember, not quite the silent movie era, but it seems close on occasion. And my personal passion has always been games, problem-solving puzzles. And therefore, over the last few years, I think with Moviescape, with a number of hard-working colleagues and fellow visionaries, we created this as a perfect blend of a filmic experience, together with the escape room concept of puzzles and games, so people feel they're in a movie, that they have to solve a lot of puzzles to be able to escape. And we're very excited by the outcome within all of the 6 rooms we have, including this one, Haunted House, which reopened under its new branding of Haunted House 2 only a few days ago.
Yeah, so here we are actually in the Demon's Curse, aren't we?
The Demon's Curse.
And we can't actually show everybody what it looks like because it might spoil the experience. We just opened, obviously very, very popular.
Yes.
So a lot of people have lots of different passions, and but a lot of people never actually go and turn that passion into a money-making opportunity, or they never get round to it. Right. So just tell me how it came about, because you were in Hollywood, I think, weren't you? Or Los Angeles, or were you? When you first had the so it all started in a chance conversation.
I did. First of all, I've been very lucky, having worked over 40 years in the film industry. I've acquired a lot of contacts and friends and very talented people, from script writers to set designers to sick, twisted, sadistic people who devise horror scenarios. And 4 years ago in Los Angeles for the American film market, we'd had a very successful, I'd taken a number of organisations and producers out from the UK to Los Angeles for the American film market as part of a government external mission. And one evening we'd had a very successful day within business, so we were letting our hair down, we were imbibing a bit with the local ale in a rattlesnake burger bar in downtown Los Angeles, and therefore as the drink flowed and the rattlesnakes were consumed, we discussed the principle of actually creating as a collaboration, those of us that were there, this fusion of escape rooms and cinema, which we then were able to pursue through all of our contacts. We found an ideal person that would be the physical landlord at Welkin Mill, who thought this was a really good idea, to people like the man that did a number of the prosthetic works for the Harry Potter movies, providing some of our early skeletons and effects, to myself and a good friend of mine, Carl Whiteley, who's since sadly passed away, who was the creative powerhouse behind Moviescape. And it's a fitting tribute to him, and I think the hard work we've all put in since, that we're still going strong and our passions still burn as a flame very brightly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely true. And of course we've got the thunder and lightning. I don't know if people can hear actually the thunder and lightning. We've got the thunder and lightning in here here at the moment,
Right.
which makes it all very, very true to life, as it were. How important was it to do this in like an old mill because of the ambience that it creates?
Well, I like escape rooms, I've played other ones, and I've played them within, say, office blocks or more conventional surroundings, and not been critical of them. The games are fine. But what I found some escape rooms lacked that we've tried to compensate for is the whole ambience of the experience. So the mill itself, which can be ever so slightly foreboding, but not too frightening, we're here for families as well, can create a sort of an atmosphere outside the town centre that means you're on an adventure even as you're driving up here. Then the whole collective premises here are set like an oldish Art Deco cinema of about 60 or 70 years ago, and the rooms then are film sets. So we say to people, get into the groove, get into the atmosphere, you get your interesting briefing video, and you're then in the movie for 1 hour, and your job within the film is to take that plot to a successful conclusion, solve the mystery of the room, and get out. And you star in your own cinematic experience while doing so.
Brilliant. Okay, so in terms of the experiences, the genres, we're here in a Demon's Curse, haunted house.
Yeah.
What other genres did you tend to go down? Was that because of your own personal passions or interests?
No, horror films frighten me to death, quite honestly. From growing up on Texas Chainsaw Massacre Fair of the 70s and through some of the Tobe Hooper movies. No, it's horror though is a really attractive dynamic. People like still to be scared, and horror is a bit too strong a word perhaps. We like to be haunted house chills, a couple of scares, but we can tone those down if people are of a nervous disposition. But horror is always what sells, and so the first 2 rooms we did here are the original Haunted House, of which Haunted House 2 is the sequel that's just opened, and Sawtopsy, whose name makes it fairly self-explanatory. They were pretty white-knuckly type rooms, and they're still popular. But when we expanded by doing from the first 2 rooms another 4, they were the last of the horror rooms we did. We have done a Merman's Magic Academy, which is great for those that have enjoyed the Boy Wizard's experiences on the screen. Escape the Meth Lab, which is sort of a tribute to the Breaking Bad type phenomena. The Sherlock Holmes mystery, and everybody knows Sherlock Holmes and loves those. And Santa's Cabin, which opened for the first time last Christmas and that will be reopening this Christmas. So we believe there's something for all tastes here.
Fantastic. Okay, so there you go. That's a great example. Andrew's a great example of somebody that had a chat in a bar, but actually went and took the action. He didn't just talk about it. He didn't just let it all fly into the ether. He actually took the action. And I know it took an awful lot of hard work and grind to get to this point, but it really is a fantastic example of somebody who's got a passion and they turn it into something that they can make money from. But obviously at the same time, they can have fun with it. And that's obviously the whole point of passions. So that's one for now, and we'll be back to you with another example of somebody turning a passion into a business opportunity very, very soon. So Andrew Patrick from Movie Escape, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
My pleasure, Phil. Glad you could come.
Thank you.